Good morning, everybody. We are back again. We are back with the show called the Big Up Solution Sports Program. It's myself and my Sheikhs Manqoba Ngwenya. And Sheikhs, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Saubrey, and welcome to the viewers as well.
Sheikhs, we know that last night, 12 o'clock midnight, it was a deadline. And then the teams have done the business. I'll be giving who signed who, but what I want us to discuss, we know that Kaizer Chiefs could not do business. It's not only Kaizer Chiefs that could not do business, it's both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, meaning the Soweto Giants could not do business last night. And then instead, Kaizer Chiefs decided to renew the contracts or extend the contracts of the players. But I want us to talk about Amazulu because Kaizer Chiefs, of course, they wanted to sign September Sitebe, but unfortunately that did not happen. But we heard that the owner said the player won't play till the end of the season, but the coach says, I need the player. So I don't know what's going to happen. Sorry about that. So yeah, this is something that we need to look at. And then now, before we go there, let me just indicate who signed who before we talk the issue of Amazulu, because that's a very, very serious matter whereby the boss says this and the coach says this. Now let's look with Amazulu. Who did they sign? Amazulu, this is the latest in terms of the signings. Amazulu have signed Abubakar Mubara from Cape Town City and Abram Mujake, Peak Cyprus. And then Baroka, they've signed Tiyiso Bombi from Marumo Gallants. And then Cape Town City, they didn't sign anyone, no confirmed signing. While Chippa United, they've also beefed up. Chippa United, they've signed Sipelele Lutuli, Ronald Famunzai, both from Royal AM. Kaizer Chiefs did not sign, instead extended the contract of the current players. And then the Golden Arrows did not sign. Mamelodi Sundowns signed Bradley Ralane or Khalane and Tebo Ngwenya from Supersport when Bradley's from Cape Town City. And Maritzburg, I think they're the team that signed more. They've signed Nicholas Lukebeni from Mamelodi Sundowns, Dawanda Mucheka Black Rhinos, Zimbabwe, Janino Palace Academia de Cambria in Portugal, Dumel Nchoti and Lucky Baloi, both Royal AM, Steven Ferreira, Yudi Oliverense in Portugal, Friday Samu, Green Buffaloes in Zambia. And then Marume Gallants, they didn't sign anyone. Orlando Pirates did not sign anyone. Remember, Orlando Pirates, apparently they were looking to sign at Victor Letsoalo. And then according to the agent, yes, there was talks, but unfortunately Royal AM wanted more money. So that deal could not go through. And then Royal AM, they've signed Bandi Lethamini, Umlazi, Trouble Tigers. And then Skune United, they've signed Roderick Kabwe, Zanko, Zambia, Justin Shonga, Ismaili, Egypt, Lucky Mukwena, TS Galaxy, Evans Rusike, Supersport United. Stellenbosch have signed Johan Carlos Ortiz, Monangas from Venezuela. Supersport did not sign, Swallows did not sign. Urobetse Mohale went to TS Galaxy from Platinum City Rovers. Andy De Fakute, Babaton City Stars, Vuyo Mere, Swallows, Shane Roberts, Cape Town City, Walefatshe from Maritzburg United. So those are the signings for Royal AM. We heard there was the news that probably, what is the name? Thabo Matlaba was going to join Royal AM, but it seems as if that did not materialize. So those are the signings. Now, let's look at the signings, Shakes. What's your take? What do you think?
Yes, Saubrey, a lot of signings have been made. You know, teams are bolstering their squads. It's very important. It's going to be a very bumpy ride starting of this season again, resuming the PSL. It's mind-boggling to see the likes of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates being the teams that are not signing players, you know, and those are the teams that are competing in the PSL for honors. But most of the signings have been done by the likes of Maritzburg. They've been serious on the market. Royal AM, TS Galaxy, with the signing of Vuyomire, putting in experience there in their team. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Also, it's interesting to see the development at Amazulu, with Benny McCarthy singing a different tune to that of the boss. And you know, Saubrey, in a professional team, when you are a coach, you want to make sure that your players are happy, your players are focused, and you fight for your players. So I'm not surprised the way Benny is talking. He wants to make sure that he fine-tunes his player mentally to be ready to play, because he will need him coming into the CAF Champions League. It's going to be difficult. There's no time to say there are players who will not play. You know, Sitebe is a pivotal, is playing a pivotal role at Amazulu, and definitely as the coach, you want to make sure that your player is happy. If the move doesn't go through like it didn't go through, that he's still mentally ready to play for the team. I think the big boss Sandile is a bit emotional and angry. Obviously, he will say the things he said, but at the end of the day, as a coach, you have to make sure that your players are ready to perform for you. So mentally, I think Benny is a smart coach, and he's showing that he's with the player and he will use the player.
Now, but Shakes, let me ask, was it proper for him to do it publicly? I hear your arguments. It makes a lot of sense, but was it proper for him to do it publicly?
Saubrey, I would think, you know, when he says it publicly, I think he's just affirming. I think there's also that thing between Sandile and Benny where they don't agree with things, you know. But Benny always makes sure that he stamps his authority in fact of who's running the team, the players. He's the one in charge there. Zungu must focus on the office and let Benny do his job on the pitch. So I think it's just to affirm his position as the coach, to say that I'm in charge here, and this player will get the chance to play. He's a player that I need in my team, you know, and he wants to make that very vocal as possible so that everybody can see that he's in charge.
You know, I don't want you to comment much about Sandile Zungu because he's a friend. I rather comment. Do you think it's a matter of maybe not being experienced as a soccer boss, Sandile? Even if you don't answer that one, I'll be fine.
No, I'll answer it, Prasof.
Okay, no problem. Yes.
Yeah, you know, Prasobri, he has admitted himself that he's new in the game. He said it himself that he's learning, and yes, he will make mistakes. He has admitted to a couple of mistakes that he's made. So I think he's man enough to take responsibility for the mistakes that he makes. We all understand he's new in football, but he's here to change the people's perspective on the team Amazulu. You know, he's done very well with Amazulu, and he's brought in a coach like Benny McCarthy. So he's moving in the right direction. But yes, we all learn, we all start somewhere, and he's also learning how a football team is run and everything, how it happens. So yeah, we can pardon him for that, but we know he's got good intentions for Amazon.
Well, as you can see, the statement of Benny, as far as I'm concerned, Steve is an Amazulu player. As far as I'm concerned, he's an Amazulu player until the 5th of June or the 5th of July. Comes, his contract finishes. He's no longer an Amazulu, will then end our relationship with him. For now, he's my player, an Amazulu player. That's what Benny said. If a player gives 100%, if he works hard, then of course I have to consider him. So yeah, Benny coming out strongly. I hear your point, Shakes. As a former player, you understand it better. And then remember, it's all about psychology. It's all about the mentality, you know, more than anything else. So yeah, maybe it was correct for Benny to come out strongly and say, you know what, I defend my player. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see what's going to happen. But let's move on quickly. Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, we don't see them. They did not sign. Are we still going to see Mamelodi Sundowns dominating the local football? Moreover, when you consider the fact that they've got quality players in Ralane and Ngwenya, all right? You know, I like the manner or the way, what is his name? Rulani Ngwenya was explaining, analyzing why they decided on Ngwenya and then on Tebo Ngwenya, and then giving us how did they profile him. You know, what I like about Rulani, what I've started to enjoy about Rulani is giving numbers. Remember, we always say numbers don't lie. He's giving numbers, he's giving statistics, and not only that, he talks from a comparative perspective. He compares that this is what the player can deliver if you compare him with other players, as he was comparing him with Hlompo Gegan. And then as far as this transfer is concerned, I see that Hlompo did not sign. Now, what is the situation of Hlompo? Hlompo still has the opportunity to join any team of his choice.
Yes, plus Saubrey. Hlompo didn't sign with any team. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know whether he still wants to play, but there have been talks of Hlompo getting honored by Sundowns for the service that he has done in the team and in the PSL as a whole. So I'm not sure whether they're trying to get him now to hang his boots or what, but I would have expected him to find a team now in the transfer window and start playing football, you know, because he has been out of action for a while now. But I know that Sundowns is preparing to honor him in some way, in some big way. There have been talks about that.
But isn't it that Trump is in a unique position? Since his contract has come to an end, he can join any team at any given time. He's not restricted by the transfer window.
That's true, Saubrey. He can join any team anytime. But yeah, I think as a footballer, you don't want to sit too long without playing football. So I would have expected him to have signed with a team by now. But nothing has happened with Hlompo yet.
Well, it's tough. You know, decision making is really, really tough, because decision making is always accompanied by consequences. So maybe a lot of people are afraid to take a decision. But like you are saying, he cannot just be out of the game for too long. He has to make a decision. All right. And then we'll see what's going to happen. We wish all the teams good luck, and then hopefully everybody will do well. Shakes, thank you very much. And then let's talk again in the next show. And then hopefully people out there will continue to subscribe. And then also, not only subscribing, just give us comments, what's your take. What do you think about the fact that some teams, especially big teams, Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates, they did not sign? I'm a little bit worried before I go about Thabo Matlaba. the rumor says he requested to be released. So now we see that he hasn't signed for any team. Now, what's going to happen according to you? Is he still going to be played at Swallows, or what's going to happen?
Tom Matlaba is an experienced player. It's experience that they need at Swallows right now, being right there at the bottom of the log. They need his experience. I mean, we saw in the DSTV Compact Cup, his performance was out of this world. There was one cross he put in there, which his teammate Hamaldin scored. So that combination will be needed at Swallows. There's no time for egos or anything like that. I mean, Matlaba is an experienced player, and I think Swallows must play him. They must find out why it is that he wanted to go on transfer, and they must sort the issues out so that the player can be focused in doing the business for the team.
You have said something very powerful pertaining to Benny McCarthy, who say the coach came out to show that I need you because the player has to play for him. So now he hasn't signed. We want to see what's going to happen with Swallows. Are they going to come out and say, no, he's still our player? We still consider him, or what's going to happen? We'll watch the space. Thank you very much, Shakes. Much appreciated.